Welcome to Freedom Fridays, y'all. It is another wonderful and beautiful Friday. I think I might be a little early, but that's okay. I'm getting myself set up today. Today is a little interesting for me, but for you, I want you to know I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. This is um my community event that I do every Friday, with the exception of maybe holidays, um, where we get together to prioritize as a community rest and fun because we have absolutely no problem getting the work done. But we are not as good at creating a life or prioritizing joy or planning joy like we plan success. And so this is about us doing things differently, um, and being intentional about it. So I wanted to create this community so that we could come together and do these practices together. And it helps us change the way we go through our weeks. And when we do that, it helps us see um, healing from burnout, um, more opportunities to really enjoy the things that we are a part of. Like, enjoy time with your family, enjoy time when you're by yourself, maybe even enjoy time with at work because you're not feeling like you're behind anymore, not like you're no longer feeling like you have to hurry up and get stuff done. The things that we talk about here are really about helping us get out of our scarcity mindset around our time, around our energy, around our work, so that we can truly rest. Because the underlying thing, that's the main reason why we keep bulldozing ourselves to work harder, to do more things, to show up for everyone and everybody. We're scared that if we don't go above and beyond, that we won't be enough, that there won't be enough time, there won't be enough money, that there won't be enough love for you. And none of those things are true. Absolutely none of those things are true. And yet that's how we're living our lives. So it's a transition for us to do something different. Now, that being said, today is a little different for me. I'm trying to get the lighting together and get it all right. Um, I have been this week having a little bit of a health thing. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but all of that to say, I had to get myself set up today so that I could be okay while I'm doing this. And it's all good. I'm good. This is going to be great. Okay, good. So let me see. What is the next thing I want to tell you? So yes, I just welcomed everybody, especially for our new people, for being here. And I told you why we do this. Now I want to tell you what we do. There are four things that we are going to do. We are going to celebrate our wins. We are going to positively reinforce rest and fun, um, for next week, and for for rest and fun that we've done from the past week. We are going to prioritize rest and fun in our schedule for next week, and then we are going to wind down for the weekend. So those are the four things that we're going to do. Now let me tell you, I'm house sitting, and this morning the male cat Theo has decided that he wants to drive the female cat Baber. He wants to drive her crazy. And so he's been chasing her. And she's like, listen, boy, I don't want to be bothered by you. Would you please leave me alone? I keep trying to put him in the other room and he keeps finding another way out of the room. So I might have to get up and and get him to leave her alone. But if I do that, don't worry. I'll just run out of the camera really quick and then I'll come right back. But hopefully we won't have to do that. Also, I think I've got something in my eyes. Okay. So that being said, let's see. Uh, I gave us the welcome. If you have never downloaded the worksheets that I have a couple different resources, two specifically, three, that's a lie. I have three specific resources that I'm going to tell you about throughout this live stream. The first one I want to tell you is the companion to this. Like, all the activities that we do in this live stream, I created a worksheet so that you can um, do the reflection and the journaling and all the things that we talk through as we go through this live stream together. And so you can download that worksheet at freedomfridays.yourdreamstrategist.com. Now, let me see. I need to see if the chat is working today. Okay. It doesn't seem like it. So I actually need to open another window directly on YouTube so that I can talk to y'all. Because y'all know this is the conversation for me. This is not about me talking at y'all. This is us having a good time together. So the best way for me to do that is to be able to talk to you. And I just realized that I didn't have that up on my studio. So let me get that. While I'm getting that set up, if you are here, take a second to say hello in the chat. I would love, 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 love to talk with you. This is about having a good time together. Hi, Theo. Theo just came over. I think he's looking for Baber, and Baber's trying to hide from him. So I am at. She's like, listen, go do something else with your life, boy. I got stuff to do that don't include you. It's just adorable. I love it so much. Okay, good. So, like I was saying about the worksheet, let me go ahead and make sure I get you the link to that worksheet. It's really good. Have had so many people come and download, hundreds of people have come to download this worksheet. You'll really enjoy it because it makes this process simple and repeatable for you. And it's super important I think it's super important that you recognize this is a practice. This is something that you want to not just do with me, but make it a habit for you, because this is the kind of structure that helps take you from being in the monotony of just doing the next best thing, doing the next best thing, doing the next best thing, which tends to be when you're just working, and actually shifting your life to take yourself out of the context that work is the most important thing, because it's not the most important thing. But a lot of us live that way, and this is going to help you change that. So that link, freedomfridays.yourdreamstrategist.com, it is in the chat. I put it there for you. I could go ahead and pin it there, pin that message to the top so that you can have it until I share some of the other resources. Okay, so with that being said, this week has been interesting for me, y'all. So I'm going to share my wins like I usually do, but I'm also just going to share some life updates. Oh, yay. Baber is playing this morning, which is awesome because she doesn't usually play. That's good. Okay, back to it. So yeah, I'm going to share some life updates as well. And then also as a business owner, you learn to pivot like there's no tomorrow. Like you just get really good at seeing what's working, what's not working. And instead of making gut decisions, like making data driven decisions. And so I've been making some data driven decisions about my business. And so I have a couple things that are evolving, that are changing. And I'm excited to share those details with you as well. Oh Lord, I hope I get whatever this is out of my eye so I could not be touching my eye the whole 2 hours. Okay. But that being said, let's get back to celebrating the wins. Celebrating the wins is the first thing that we do together. So let me see. My first win for the week. What is my first one? And if you are that person that are like, man, I don't know if I've had any wins, I could promise you've had wins. But that also tells me you're probably not keeping a gratitude journal. And there is some resources inside the worksheet to help remind you, hey, write down something to be grateful for every day this week. Okay, so the first thing that I'm grateful for, I went to the ROI Summit, the Millionaire Summit from Rachel Rodgers back in June. And I wanted to make some really great connections. I made more than 10 connections. But I really came out with one really, really, really strong connection that we had a call this week, and it was everything that I didn't know I needed. Um it was a really safe space for me as an entrepreneur to talk about what's going on in my business, how it's affecting me in my life, and like talking through talking through some details that it's not always easy to share, or it's just honestly not good to share in a broad aspect. And we talked about those things, but also then we did some amazing troubleshooting, and I came out of that conversation feeling like a weight was lifted off my shoulders and like ready to do the next steps. And that was really, really, really good. Like when I talk about the three things that we need to become a rested queen: support, where we can show up and receive regularly, not just give, is one of the foundational pieces of it. um Foundational within those three. And I'm so glad to have her in my community. I have a really strong community, but man, I'm so glad to add her specifically to my community, because she's already been so helpful to me. And not only that, we can already see ways that we're going to be able to help each other. So I love that. I love that so much, and it's going to be amazing. So big things are coming out of that, some more changes to my business, and that's not a bad thing. My offer meant for more continues to be the offer. That continues to be the way that I'm going to help you. My framework, the Soft Life Plan framework, where I take you through um, not the I take you through the steps that I took. I'm not telling you to get the results that I got, because I think that's very important for a coach. If a coach is telling you you are going to get the exact results that I got, you should take that as a red flag, because nobody can guarantee that. And yet they are giving you the things that they have seen make great results, not just for themselves, but for others as well. And so that's what I'm giving you as well. My Soft Life Plan framework is a are things that not just me, but also the hundreds of clients that I've worked with have seen start to make this shift from burnout that's really fueled by scarcity, to shift from that and get into this place of being a rested queen that's fueled by alignment, that's fueled by really knowing who we are and creating a life around how we show up every day fully as ourselves, because everything else really does fall into place when you get that thing right. And so that's how I'm excited, or that's how I do this. That part's not changing, but the different entry points into working with me, I'm offering some different entry points into that based on what are your specific needs right here, right now, today. And the best way for you to like make that assessment is the assessment, or to make that decision is going to be based on the results from the assessment that I now have out. So that's the second thing that I want to share with you today, or the second freebie I want to share with you today. If you know that you are a woman that is struggling with burnout, that you are a get it done corporate professional, you're a powerful entrepreneur, both of those things, like if you're working through a side hustle, all of those things, that combination, those are all lived experiences that I have, and experiences that I want to help women through, because these are the resources, excuse me, the resources that I wish I had. um and now I'm getting even more resources to be able to serve you with. And so if you're any of those, experiencing any, if you are feeling like you have to work 10 times harder to even be acknowledged compared to your counterparts, if you feel like If you finally rest, you're going to come back and everything's going to be a mess, and you're going to be so behind. If you just feel like you're behind in general, if you, yeah, any of these pain points, any of these things, if you're experiencing any of these, then you want to take a second and do my soft life assessment. And I'm going to put that link in the chat as well. Um, because when you do that, you are going to get your soft life score. And if your soft life score, let me, soft life score. Um, if your soft life score is low, I'll be able to tell you specifically, and based on the results that you get, specifically the things that would um help you take these next steps, and what is the best way to work with me for you to move into that next step. um because when we look at that assessment, it's going to help us pinpoint where you're missing, as far as it goes for the top three things or the three things that you need to become that rested queen. If you are really low on vision, we know that's always the first place to start. If you have clarity with your vision, but you don't have the systems to help you execute, or you have more systems for work than you have for rest, then we know that's where we start. If you have, if you don't have enough support, if you don't have someone that's cheering for your dreams almost more than you do, if you don't have someone that's giving you permission or helping you find permission within yourself to keep going and doing the things that are about bringing your life around, like those are the things that, then we know that we need to work on your support. And so based on how you score in these three different sections of what you need, you will be able to see, okay, I need this much amount of coaching. I have one or two different things that I need to work on. Here's, maybe you just want to focus on one thing right now, then you can start there. And so all of this are the details that I'm going to be sharing in the next couple of weeks. But um it starts with you taking the assessment. So you want to go ahead and take the assessment. I just pinned that to the top of the chat so that you can link directly on that. So all of that to say, my first win this week was working with my business bestie to help me better serve you guys, and it's helping me better serve me, because I this has become a passion. Like, I don't think any of us should chase legacy. Legacy comes when we show up with authenticity. Being able to show up and serve you all, to serve women around this, is so in alignment for me. Y'all, it gets me so excited. Anybody that gets me on a call just by myself, y'all can see the joy comes out in being able to serve you. And so making these switches that my business bestie helped me go through is really going to help me do that. Okay, can you tell I'm excited about it? I got a little long-winded. Let me be let me get back on track. Okay, what's my second one that I am celebrating from this week? Okay, this is actually a conversation. Y'all, have any of y'all experienced hives before? Hives, I did, I've heard of that word, hives, but I had never experienced it before. I've never seen anybody have hives. And um yeah, I just was like, okay, I don't even know. I'd never heard anything back with hives, right? But I did a house sit, I guess at the end of June. I started it the end of June through the beginning of July. And for the first time in my life, I got hives. And here's the thing, I didn't even know it was hives at first. Hives, now I'm doing research. You tend to get hives from an allergic reaction. And I think I had an allergic reaction from the first house hut that I was at. I went to sit on the patio at their house, and there were two cushions. And I remember kind of being like, I wonder if those are good to sit on. And then I sat down and I said, I don't think this is a good idea. So I didn't stay there that long. I finished my lunch. I just wanted a little bit of sunbathing while I was eating my lunch. And then I got up and went back inside. I have been having hives off and on ever since then. I have gone to urgent care twice, and they've just given me bigger doses of the same thing. But I left that place and I hadn't had um a new instance of hives. So I was like, okay, it was just that house. It's good. We're done. Y'all, the hives are starting to come back. And yesterday they came back in absolute force. Full force. So let's say this. What does hives look like? Hives look like you are covered with mosquito bites that spread. You know how after you get a mosquito bite, it's like a dot, and then depending on like how you react to mosquito bites. I'm allergic to bites evidently, because I did have last year I had a reaction to a bug bite. So, and I'm spiders as well. So I had a bite where it's like, a regular bite where it's just like a dot. But then after that dot happens, mine spread and they swell around it. So if you think of the mosquito bite, it's just this one little dot, right? Then mine always spread to be like the size of a quarter. So it goes from this dot to the size of a quarter. That's usually how I react. Well, hives take that spreaded thing and add that in different places all over your body. So some days I would have like big splotches of these spreaded things, hives. Yeah, you might as well. I'm gonna have to look up a picture. But it got to the point where I was getting a new at the house. That last house that I was getting a new dose of hives every single day. Like hives would come up in a different way in a different part of my body, under my boobs, on my ass, like everywhere. Thankfully, not on my lady. Lord have mercy. On my arms, my face had swollen. My lips were swollen. I'm not usually a person to acne. Listen, can I tell you, I was going through it. Well, then, so the house had stopped. I got to this new house that I'm with Baber and Theo, and the house had stopped. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I'm finally free. I'll just keep taking the Claritin, because if I didn't take the Claritin, it would start to come back. Well, I don't know what the heck I did yesterday, but the hives came back in full force. My feet were so swollen, I couldn't walk. My knees, my ankles were swollen. I had hives all over my thighs, and my thighs were like the, what is it? The interaction point. That's where my body touched that pillow. So it tends to be like stuff, I'm seeing a trend that the hives start here and then they kind of move out to other places. Here's the interesting thing though. I think what happened is I had the reaction from that first day, and now that reaction is causing a bunch of other things to go absolutely haywire in my body. So where the hell is the win in that, right? I just told you that whole story. You're like, why? That's not. I thought we were celebrating wins. How does this connect to celebrating wins? Here's a couple wins. Number one, win number one. I have a brother who is a pharmacist and has been making sure I have all the medicine I need without having to continue to return to urgent care, because I had already spent over $300 of going to urgent care, and then that's not including all of the medicine and the Benadryl and the steroids and all the other things that I had to go buy for the actual medicine, the actual treatment. So I'm very grateful, because with this new dose, I was able to just he was able to just help me get the medicine, which I'm so grateful for. That's win number one. Win number two, I had a come to Jesus conversation with the Lord because I was like, Lord, you know that I am trying to create, you know that I'm all about like getting my structures and staying on my schedule so that I can make sure I'm just as rested as I am getting work done. But this is like throwing everything off. Like, what is the lesson you're trying to teach me here? And I feel like he's been really bringing me back to this place where I have unintentionally gotten back to being more independent of God rather than interdependent with God. I know a lot of people don't use the word interdependent, but it's a really amazing word. It's worth looking up the definition. But here's how I like to explain it. My independence means that pretty much I try to do everything on my own. That's my independence. My interdependence with God looks like me showing up and inviting him to be in every single thing that's going on in my business, in the hives, and the cat sitting, and the dating, and the work, and especially in the tension that happens between um when I'm tired. So like I've been doped up on antihistamines for weeks now. And I just realized how deeply it was making my body tired and that I wasn't getting enough sleep. I was kind of just doing my old routine, not really thinking about it. But then when I realized how tired the antihistamines were making me. Now everybody says the antihistamines make you tired, but I actually realized that if I got a full night's sleep, I was fine throughout the day. Probably the reason the antihistamines are tired because you were in rest debt in the first place, or sleep debt. I'm going to say that different because rest debt and sleep debt are two different things. But I was having some sleep debt, and as I started just allowing myself to sleep more, um even that has already helped me. So my second one is like having that revelation that I needed to allow myself to just sleep more. And then the third revelation or win from that is this: even though having hives sucks, let me tell you, it sucks because it itches. My feet were itching, my hands were itching, my wrists were itching under my boobs. My armpit, like the back of my armpit, my knee pits, like all of these random spaces that you're like, I don't ever want to have to scratch. Like, this is not somewhere that I should be scratching. And I don't want to scratch scars all over my body, right? All of that is happening. Yes, it sucks. And yet, it has been an opportunity that I have taken advantage of to get closer to Him and be like, Lord, can you please make this stop itching? I mean, to me, my mind wants to tell me that's a small thing. I shouldn't trouble the Lord with that. But the conversation that I had with my business bestie this week, and let me tell y'all, it was church. It was straight up church. It was such a good conversation. She was like, wait a minute, why are you playing? You talk about you can't talk to God about the big, you just got to focus on the big things with God, not the little things. She said, I believe that is the difference between prayer and manifesting. That prayer is you can tell God all the different things that you need. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be specific, but you can tell the Lord all the things that are going on in your life. And when you ask him for something, okay, you should be more specific or else you might not get something that you actually want. But you could tell him about everything. Not only can you tell him about everything, he genuinely wants you to tell him about everything. He wants you to tell him about the hives, about the dating, about the money mindset things, mindset blocks that you're creating, about the tension that you feel like you have to do more, but you know you really want to rest. And he will probably, when you say that part, he's going to probably reply to you, that's because you're putting all of your eggs in the basket of capitalism rather than believing in me. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole another conversation. But it was just so good to be reminded that I could talk to the Lord about every single one of these things and know that he wants to hear it. It's not the same as talking to a man. Like a man don't deserve care. But Jesus cares. Jesus cares about the big things, about the small things, everything in between. When we decide to just show up and tell him about it. Look, the old song says, have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about your troubles. He will hear you cry. He'll answer by and by. Oh, feel a little fire burning. Oh, turning. I forgot some of the words. But just a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Hey, tell him. That gave me goosebumps. Tell him about every single thing. And that's not to say that he won't give us resources or coaching or services that help us, but he's saying, bring it to me first, right? Bring it all to him first. And this experience with the hives and the conversations that I've had around it have helped me connect back to that, really connect back to him in that. And it's been so good to really deeply connect with him with that. So that was a lot of wins for that one particular win. I like said one win and then let it splatter out on all the different things. So again, if you have any wins that you're celebrating from this week, let me rephrase that. I know that you have wins. While I'm talking about mine, I am hoping that as I share about I just told you my whole situation around having hives all over my body, and yet I can still find a win. That is the same for you. I need you to have that energy. I need you to have that kind of gratefulness energy, because when we do, God, the universe, whatever you believe, starts to remind itself, I can give her those things and she's actually going to appreciate it. I truly believe, not that God won't give you things when you don't appreciate it, but you miss out on his abundance when you're not making space to appreciate the ways that he's already showed up for you. So stop and celebrate your wins, especially if you want to see more wins, if you want to have more freedom, if you want to have more rest. Stop and celebrate the rest that you're already getting. Stop and celebrate the wins, whatever it is that you're already getting, and see that blossom, because those are the things that you're making space for, which is why I love doing this every week. And also, too, because we're really quick to celebrate other people's wins, but we're not as quick to celebrate our own. So I hope that you take some time from this while I'm telling you about my wins, that you can learn about yours. Okay. So that was 2 wins. My goal is to give you 3 wins, and I always got tons of wins. So technically, I gave you 3 wins within that second win. Here's my 3rd win from the week. These little cutie pies have actually been a lot of fun. Can you see? Theo just came in and got in the frame. They've been super low maintenance, but they're also so stinking cute. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to go do house sits in different places around the country. I just booked a house sit. I was trying to book a house sit in an RV, but the timing wasn't working. They were leaving at like 4:30 in the morning and they were getting back at like 7:30 at night, and that was not going to be helpful for my travel. So I ended up not booking the RV. Now, why would I be interested in booking a house sit in an RV? If you don't know, please know I love tiny houses. I love them so much. And so I thought that was a great opportunity to be able to kind of not test out. It's not this, living in an RV is not going to be the same as living in a tiny house, but some of the things that happen in an RV, I would love to just get get an experience of having that before I move into my tiny house. So I'm just gonna find it in another way. I'm putting that out into the universe and allowing the Lord to see that. I would love to do that. So that house it didn't work out, but I do have another couple houses, and I love being able to travel this way because I get to be a local. I get to be a really amazing cat auntie, dog auntie, fur baby parent, auntie, not parent, but auntie for a little while. And it allows me to financially, it gives me the creative, this creative way of being able to live and work anywhere in the world and see friends and family that I don't get to see that often. Like my friend that lives in Long Beach, I hadn't seen her in a year and a half, I think. And the other friend, the last time I came to LA, I didn't even get to see her last time. So I've got to hang out with her, and some other friends that I'll get a chance to hang out with. When I was thinking about what I wanted my life to look like, when I was creating my vision, it was so huge for me to envision or to build a life that was not location dependent, that I could live any and everywhere. And so, as I created that in my vision, which again is one of the three main things that uh, you need to become a rested queen. Um, that really helped me to do that. So I'm grateful that I get to do house sits with these cutie pies. It's a good opportunity. So that was my third thing that I was grateful for. Remember, or wins that I'm celebrating. So if you just join me, I was just going through and celebrating, picking out 3 wins to celebrate from this week. If you can't find anything to celebrate from this week, you are being way too hard on yourself, or you're not sitting still long enough to process what's happened this week, or you're so busy bulldozing your way to get things done that you actually you don't even turn around to see what you have accomplished. If you have not done any of those things, if you don't have any wins to celebrate, those are 3 things that you are struggling with right now, and I want to see you change that. So take a second, celebrate your wins. I share it with you, my wins. Take a second and share your wins. Tracy, hey girl, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. You know I love when you join me for Freedom Fridays. It's always a good time. Y'all, I like Riverside, but let me tell you, sometimes the things just don't work and it makes me so frustrated. I need to put in some what is it called? I need to put in some tickets because I should be able to not have to do this dual 20 million screen to see y'all shit coming up. But it's all right. Tracy said, nice to be here. Not sure if there are others here. I can see there are a couple of other people here, but they're being lurkers right now. They're not actually commenting. You know how some people they like, oh, because it's online. She can't see that I'm here. Yes, I can. You just try to sneak up in my house without taking a second to say hello. You know that's creepy, right? I don't want you to leave, so I'm trying to give you some space. But I know you here. It would be nice if you came up in the chat and said hello like a normal person, okay? You deserve rest as well. You're welcome here. Go ahead and say hello in the chat. Tracy is my my regular person. So I know she can show up. She gonna show up and say hello. But y'all two lurkers, I know y'all here. Quit being a lurker. That's funny. She said, oh snap, LOL. Yes, girl, I can see it. I can see it. But you know what? It's all good. I hope that today, if you're a lurker today, I hope that you get to see that the other women come and show up. And this is a community event that we do talk to each other. Yes, I'm leading the event. Think of this as like I get to be a facilitator of the agenda that we have, but that doesn't mean that I'm the only one that gets to talk. I'm just the facilitator that keeps the conversation going and making sure that we do all the pieces that are on the agenda. So this is a conversation. This is a community. I'm really passionate about this being a community. So yeah, I hope that gives you permission to go ahead and say hello in the chat. If you don't know what to say, just start with hello. We'll start conversation with you once you say hello. Okay, so we just did the first thing. We celebrated our wins from the week. The next thing that we do, and you're welcome to share your wins in the week so that I can celebrate them with you, because I love celebrating you. I love celebrating you, especially because you probably don't celebrate yourself enough. And I want to add on to that celebration of you. So the chat, the chat's on that side of my screen for me. I don't know if it's on that side for you. Whatever, wherever the chat is, okay? Go put it in the chat. Okay, so that way we're celebrating some wins. Tracy, I was talking about the fact that I've been dealing with hives this whole week. And yesterday it got so bad, all of this was swollen. My legs were swollen, my feet were swollen. It was itchy as hell. But I got myself some medicine. And it's not just the itchiness, it's that your body gets all swollen. It sucks, y'all. I don't know why I'm getting hives. I've never had hives in my life. This is a whole new experience. When I get back to the East Coast, which reminds me, I'm headed back to the East Coast August 11th. I won't, it's going to take me a couple days to get there, so I won't immediately be back in the East Coast. My first stop after I leave here is Tijeras, New Mexico. I have a house sit there, one dog. I'm actually excited to go to New Mexico. I haven't been to New Mexico since I was a kid. My sister was in the Air Force, and I remember my first flight ever was to New Mexico. I don't remember what city we went to, but I know my first flight was to New Mexico, probably to Albuquerque. Um, and I believe this is right outside Albuquerque. So I'm excited to go back to New Mexico, and I have a couple days there. I'll do some exploration before I get on the road and head to my next stop, which my next stop might be in Texas or it might be in Louisiana. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm getting my stops back to the East Coast set up, so we'll see. We'll see. Um, okay, so yes, after we celebrate our wins, the next thing we do, I give out stickers, and I also giving out stickers, and Lord have mercy, I'm having a brain fart. Oh, and we do our body scan. Our body scan for us to figure out our rest intention for next week. So, the way that you can get a sticker. This is a lot of fun. Remember how you got stickers in elementary school because you did something good? That's what this sticker is about. I want to give you a sticker that you place right on your chest because you prioritized rest and fun some week. At least one time this week, or preferably more. But I don't want you to feel like, oh, that doesn't count. There is absolutely nothing that counts. Even if you did 30 seconds of rest for yourself, where you said, listen, I'm blocking all of y'all suckers out for 30 seconds, then you deserve a sticker. And the more that you do this, the more next week you might do 30 seconds, the week after that, a minute, the week after that, 3 minutes, until it continues to compound until your whole life is changed. That you go from being burnt out to finally being a rested queen. That's what this is about. Like, the stickers are about positively reinforcing you, giving a dopamine hit so that you keep doing it the same way that it did in elementary school. Listen, we got a sticker. We be like, oh, I got a sticker. You see my sticker because I did something good. That's what I want you to feel if when you get a sticker from me. So if you've spent any time this week prioritizing rest and time for you, I want you to put hashtag sticker in the chat. Let me go ahead and type that in so you know exactly what to do. And then after we do a little bit more conversation here, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my rest and my R&R check-in. You're literally gonna see me give you a sticker. Okay, Tracy said wins. Yes, Tracy, come on. What wins you got this week? Being sick, I was able to get some major projects approved. What? You got sick. You got sick and got projects approved. If that's not no hustle required, I don't know what is. Like, yes. I'm glad that you got some things approved without you having to be there. That's beautiful. Win number one. Come on, Tracy. Listen, I love it. That's the new claps. That's what I heard. That's what I was taught. So that's why I'm doing that. Win number two. I have a corneal transplant and a stitch popped. So you got an appointment. Thank God. Can see again. Girl, that sounds intense. Wow. Yes. Amen. Yes, and amen to that. I'm so glad that you got an appointment for you to be able to get that fixed. And thank God you can see again. Amen. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. And then win number three is that your son is a chatterbox. I love that, Tracy. And y'all should, I love Tracy will come on Instagram. Since what is this? YouTube doesn't really allow any DMs. I always like to tell you guys the best way to get in contact with me, to have a chat with me, go over to Instagram. The link is literally in the description of this video. Go over to Instagram, find my Instagram, send me a message. I would love to connect. Like, again, this is not about being a one-way thing. I'm not talking at you. I want to be friends. I want to build a relationship with you. I want to be connected with you. So, yeah, Tracy goes over there and she sends me beautiful pictures. Your little boy, he was just in heaven. Wherever y'all was, he was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. Thank you, Mom, for bringing me here. His little face was so, so, so cute. I love it. So yes, if you want to send me pictures and stuff, please send it. Go down to the description. Connect with me on Instagram. I would absolutely love it. Okay. Tracy, all of those are amazing wins. Thank you so much for taking a second to share. I love celebrating y'all and I love celebrating y'all wins. It is so amazing. I love it. I love it. Love it. Oh, yes. Tracy said y'all went to Virginia to visit his auntie. He was like, I think I like my auntie. I like my auntie. Yes, like your auntie boo. I love it. Oh, and you said in his stepfather. Yay. He was having such a good time. Come on, sweet pea. So good. Marissa, hey, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All I see is the smiley face and the heart. What we laughing at? OMG, don't know why I sent the laughing emoji, the laughing crying emoji. Meant to be a wave. No worries. Welcome, Marissa. It happens. That's trying to type while the conversation is going on. It's like your fingers are feverishly trying to do all the things before I move on to the next topic. I understand. That's why I try to make a little space. I don't know if I do it well, but don't worry, I will always come back. Hey, Marissa, welcome. Yes, Tracy and Marissa are welcoming each other. And I know that there's still some other lurkers on here. Why are you playing scared? Why are you acting like you can't say hello? Come on over in the chat and say hello. I'm happy for you to be here. Stop being a creepy lurker, okay? Okay, good. Either way, we're gonna keep this on and pushing. All right. So if you want me to give you a sticker from this week, you made time for rest and fun. Go ahead and put I got distracted by rest and pun. I'm not punning anything. For one, I'm not that funny. I'm not a joke person, but everybody can say a funny thing, but it's more when I'm being direct and you like, oh, that was hilarious that you said that. But okay, sorry. Let me get back on track. I promise I can stay on track. If you've celebrated rest and fun at all this week, even for just 10 seconds, put a hashtag sticker in the chat so that I can give you a sticker. Now, if you haven't noticed, I'm in a little bit of a different sitting arrangement than I usually would be. Not just because I'm not in a tiny house, but because I was dealing with hives. The hives were making my feet swell like there was no tomorrow. And so I'm actually sitting on the couch in a way that my feet are elevated, which is why I look a little crazy right now. Or not that I look crazy. Maybe I look a little bit more comfortable than I would usually do. But it's to allow my body to get what it needs while we're also having a conversation. Okay. Marissa said, introverts watching, sending out all the love too. It's okay to not be ready to talk for your energy and appreciate you. Again, like I said, There, I agree. Yes, Marissa. Thank you for saying that. I hope that you keep, and that's what I said earlier. Like, I understand that you're being a lurker, but I also want you to know that you're safe here. And as Marissa said, I'm not trying to bully you into talking. I want you to feel safe to talk. I also want you to know that while there probably are other spaces where it is about talking at you, this is not one of those spaces. This is one of the spaces where we have fun together. So I'm so excited that you're here. And I do hope that you take a second to participate in the conversation in the chat with me. I would love that. Also, I would love for you to take a second, well, shameless plug, and press the like button so that YouTube knows that this is an amazing live stream and that it should tell other people about it. Other people just like you that are trying to create a rested lifestyle. They're trying to become a rested queen because we are tired of being tired. We have tired of working all the time. We're not doing that anymore. We're letting that go and we're creating something else. So, yes, YouTube, that's who I want you to go share this with. Other women, especially Black women, particularly Black women, who are like, yes, I'm trying to create this successful life in a way that allows me to be rested as well. Go tell the rest of the world to come hang out. Okay, YouTube? Okay, good. Done with that. Tracy said, girl, I have a nasty cold. We all got sick. Told the job, listen, I'm not well, signed off early. See y'all going to bed. Yes. I wonder what's going on in the atmosphere. Cause I was like, what the heck? Like literally, my hives came on so strong yesterday. If I didn't put my feet up, it felt like my feet were going to explode. Explode. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Whatever it is, I would imagine whatever is giving me hives is somehow affecting my circulation. Because my heart was working like double, triple, quadruple time yesterday. I felt it pounding the whole way. Girl, and I'm sorry that you were sick. Are you still at home now? Are you feeling better? Listen, I'm sending you all the vibes. I'm sending you all the healing. Um, yes, I hope that you listen in Jesus' name. Let us all receive. Marissa coming through with the wise words. Yes, as always. So she also always has such amazing things to say. I love it. I love it. Marissa said, I like this relaxed angle. It embodies the message. You know what? I agree. I agree. I should do this more often. It depends on where I'm at because I don't always have the space to create this kind of vibe, especially if I'm doing it from the work club for internet purposes and things. But being here has been great for this. This has been my favorite spot to work and take meetings and actually watch TV too, the whole time that I've been here. Thank you for that affirmation, that affirmness, affirming. Listen, I could talk. Affirmment? I don't know if that's the right word. Thank you for affirming me, Marissa. I appreciate it. Um, said, oh, I hope y'all feel better. Thank you. We hope we feel better too. Still sick, kids sick too. Oh no, because once the baby gets sick, it's a whole thing. I hope everybody feels better. I've been so glad that the cats don't seem. I mean, the one thing about hives, you can't pass it on. Either every the person is allergic to the thing that I'm allergic to, or they're not. And it wouldn't be me giving them hives. It would be whatever that thing is, that allergen that's giving us the reaction. So luckily, I can't pass hives on. No, nobody has to worry about that. I just get to be miserable all by myself. No, no, no. I just means that I have to figure it out. So I'm looking forward to figuring that out. Let me see. Tracy said, "Did you get to walk on the beach?" I have. Let me see. So I've been away from the beach. I'm in the city of LA now. How long have I been in the city? I guess 4 weeks now. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I need to go get back in the salt water. The water has not been warm though. Y'all, you would swear that LA is like hot, hot, hot. It is not hot. LA is like Costa Rica, where it's pretty decent weather all year round. And it might get a little colder, but in general, it's like 70, 80 all year round. Like it's nice. So at the water, I'm saying that to say the sun might be out, but the water can be absolutely freezing. I need warm water. I guess maybe the cold water would be a nice shock to my body. Maybe I should do that too. See, hear me making all the excuses. I just need to wrap my mind around it. You right. I need to go get in the water, which would be nice. I could go check out a different beach. So when I first got here, I was in walking distance of Long Beach. I actually went down to the beach all the time when I was in Long Beach. Now I'm not in walking distance of the beach. It's a little bit of a drive, maybe 15-20 minute drive. So it's really not that bad. But I actually do want to go over to Santa Monica Pier. Maybe I'll do that next Tuesday. Ooh, y'all, I have a ticket to um be on The Price is Right. I hope I get picked. I have 3 tickets actually. One for Tuesday, one for Wednesday, and then one for the week after. Um and what a ticket does is it like puts you there to see if they'll pick you to be on the show. And so, listen, I'm hoping I get picked to be, listen, I'm not even hoping. I'm going to get picked to be on the show. I'm going to win a car. I'm going to win $40,000 and I'm going to win a trip. That's what I'm declaring to the universe. I'm going to be on The Price is Right. I'm going to win a car. I'm going to win $40,000 in cash and I'm going to win a trip. My ticket is for next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the week after. I got 3 tickets. Okay. Tracy said, let me get my glasses. That'll make it easier. It'll make it easier if they're clean because they're not clean right now. Girl, I went to the beach last week for the first time in years. Reminded me of home. I loved every minute. Yes, Tracy. That is a whole vibe. I love that so much. I love when something reminds you to bring you back to the things that you love so much. Girl, add that to your rest and fun list so that you can create a routine around how often you get around water because it brings you a vibe. Like that's something you need to have on your rest and fun list. Remember, we used to go through that every week. I haven't done that in a while, but mainly because my setup has changed and I'm not sure how I would manage it. But come back to the list of rest and fun things that you love. Put being around water on your list so that you can remind yourself to do that more often. Yes, it's so freeing. It reminds you of home. I want to go home with you so I could be with the water and play with the baby and be with all the vibes. When we going? Let me know so I can start getting my money together. I'm trying to be with you. Money. Water is what I meant to say. Water is a good time. I agree. That is worth having. I love that so much. Uh the water in VA was cold too. Didn't care, right? I believe the water is cold. And then sometimes you just like, I don't even care. I'm gonna take advantage of this. I'm gonna get my butt in the water. I did get in the water when I was in Long Beach. I didn't like go crazy ham. And I got in the water when I was in Huntington Beach too. The one good thing that I noticed about getting in the water, even if you get in the water at the beginning, or if you get in the water at the beginning, it's really cold, but the longer you sit in the water, then it starts to feel a little warm and you're fine. It's not as bad. It's just the shock of it at the beginning feels worse. And that might be good for my hives too. Listen, maybe I need to go get in the water. I agree with you. You said I didn't care if it was cold. I got in there anyway. Tracy said, win that money. Affirm that ish. Yes. I literally have been saying it out loud to my friends, and I've been saying it to myself a lot. I am getting picked for The Price is Right. I am going to win a car. I'm going to win $40,000 and I'm going to win a trip. And I'm making sure I'm not putting any doubt or what if it doesn't happen around it. I'm just saying it out loud. That's what's going to happen. That's what I'm about to do. So I love it. Tracy said, I see you in that Mercedes, girl. Booming by. I love it. I love it. You know what? And that's the other thing. Because I do believe in being specific when you're praying, when you're manifesting, when you're asking for what you want. And my main thing, I mean, I do have a couple cars. My biggest thing is I would like a SUV. And it could be a small SUV. Um, I just like it because it sits higher. But other than that, I just want the bells and whistles, and I want it to be a newer car that, preferably, I want it to be a newer car, and I preferably would like for it to be a hybrid or an electric, so that it's better on our ecosystem. That's what makes it, like, when I'm also manifesting. Those are the other things around the car that I'm saying. That it's an SUV, it has all the best, all the bells and whistles, and that it is a hybrid or an electric car, so that it's a really good it's one of the ways that I want to be a positive force in taking care of our planet, is using a car that doesn't leave as much emissions. So yes, we're manifesting that. We're putting that in the universe. Okay. I haven't seen any hashtag stickers go in the chat. So let me remind you. I'm waiting for you to put your stickers in the chat. While you do that, let me go ahead and get the R&R check-in set up so that I can share my screen with you and we can start giving out some stickers. Let me see. Where is it at? Where is it at? Here it is. Here it is. Okay. This is the screen I'm sharing with you. Okay. Lovely. Oh, you know what I just realized? I can do that for music going for. Okay. Yay. That's a win. Okay. So if you are getting a sticker this week, go ahead and make sure you put that in the chat now. Don't judge yourself about how much rest you got and how much you think you need to do in order to be um eligible. I believe in you. If you have taken any rest, reward yourself for it and tell me about it so that I can give you a sticker for it. That being said, what sticker should I choose from this week? You know what? I'm gonna choose the double high fives. That is literally my favorite emoji. I use this all the time. Double tap high five is my absolute favorite. So let me see who's getting some stickers. Let me see. Tracy said hashtag sticker. Yes, I love it. Marissa said sticker. It's a very busy season of my life, and I'm still rested. Yes, yes, yes. Amen. That's exactly what I want to see. I love it. Come on. That's exactly what it's about. Your seasons in your life can be busy, and you can still be rested. You really can. It just takes intentionality, it takes structure to help you do that. And it's so important. Like, I think we need our structures for rest and fun even more when life is in a busy season. And I'm so, so glad that you are leaning into that, Marissa. Yes. That just makes me so flippin' happy. I love it. I love it so much. Amazing. Congratulations, ladies. I'm so glad you made time for rest and fun this week. I am into it. Okay. So while I'm giving anybody else a chance to um tell me, to do their rest and to let me know if they are doing rest and listen, I promise I could talk. If if there's anybody else that wants a sticker, you still have time. Even if you're watching this on the replay, you can still go into the comments and do hashtag sticker. One of my favorite new friends, Farida, has done the same thing. She just put it in the comments, and I went and added it to the check-in. So go ahead, even if you're watching a replay, and do that. I would love to give you a sticker for prioritizing rest and fun. Okay. So the next thing that we're gonna do, we are going to choose our rest intention for the week. Excuse me, for this week coming up. And the way that we're going to do that, we're going to do a quick body scan, and I'm going to walk you through it. Super easy. Get comfortable. Maybe you want to put your feet up and lean back like I am, or maybe you like your feet planted on the ground so that you can feel the earth under you. Maybe you want to put your headphones on and go stand outside in the sun with no shoes on so that you can have your feet in the grass, allow yourself to be grounded while we're also doing this. Do a little earthing. I love that, Marissa. Can you tell? I talk about it all the time. Whatever it's going to be a good space for you to um reconnect and really listen to your body. I want you to go ahead and take some time to get into that space, into that position, and then I'm going to walk you through this body scan. Marissa said, "Thanks, guys. I definitely had to give up the idea of perfection to make it happen, but that was worth it." Marissa, come on. Yes, it's so worth it. It's such an amazing flip and shift to make. Such a good shift to make. Thank you for sharing that. I love that and I love to hear it. So proud of you, so excited for you, okay? I love it. Okay. So now let's do the body scan. I'm going to put my hand on my heart. I'm going to do it the other way around. And another hand on my belly. I'm closing my eyes. I'm getting comfortable and allowing my body to rest, to relax as much as possible as I get into this place of opening my mind, opening my ears, opening my intuition and my awareness of my body. This is about connecting to your body and asking your body, how much rest do I need in this week going forward so that I can show up and be fully myself? And yes, that does require me to sacrifice some perfection, as Marissa just talked about. And yet, it is so worth it. It is so worth it to sacrifice perfection for rest. Okay. I'm going to have to make a whole post on that. Come on, Marissa. I love it. So let's listen. Let's take a second and listen to our body. Start with imagining a laser scanning over your body, but start at the top, at the absolute top of your head, then down over your forehead, over your eyes, over your ears, over your nose, your mouth, and chin, down your neck, across your shoulders. Lately, I've been experiencing tightness around the back of my neck, my shoulders, um, and the back of my head, and I've been working to release those blocks. So think about where you're feeling tension. Think about where your body is telling you in those spaces. Think about what rest does your body need to heal those places, okay? Then take the scan down over your shoulders, over your arms, over your chest, over your breast, over your elbows, over your forearms, over your hands, down across your body, over your belly, over your hips, over your thighs, over your knees, over your calves, across your ankles, down your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes. Tap into the intuition of listening to every single part of your body, to your heart beating in your chest, to your lungs pumping air, and to your lungs pumping air in and out of your body, to your voice that emanates the sound. When I was at the height of my sickness, my voice changed. I thought I was having an anaphylactic reaction. Listen to all of those different parts of your body so that it doesn't have to scream at you to tell it what it needs. Just simply take this pause with me and listen. What is your body is telling you? What is your body telling you that you need rest in as we step into this next week? Take just 3 breaths and listen. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. This is so good. All right. As you finish up, take a couple seconds and ask yourself, like, what did your body tell you? I would love for you to share in the chat. And also, you don't have to, it's completely up to you. But yeah, ask your body what did your body tell you it needed? you know, the thing that my body and I have been working on lately is there's a knowing shift that's happening in my body. It's shifting around the way that I used to make money before. Like there's been so much residual effects of working in corporate. And I'm not saying this is the same as everybody else. This is just because I'm making a transition from corporate to being this entrepreneur. And this transition has been happening for 6 years. So new level, new devil, okay? But as I've been in this transition, one of the things that my body and I have been talking about is clear doing emotional decluttering. And you can do emotional decluttering in a lot of different contexts. And so I've been doing emotional decluttering around um, money. And it's such a good thing. I think all of us should do it. All of us, because there's so many stories that our body, if you've ever heard of the body takes keeps score, it's the same thing about all of these different areas of our life. um your spiritual past that left wounds on you kept a score. Your body has kept a score on that. The money trauma that you've had in your life, your body has kept a score of that. And so on and so forth, with all the different ways that life can affect trauma on us. Um, and if we're not intentional about about healing those things, it can keep us from getting to the next level that we want. And especially it can keep us from getting to the level of rest that we want. And so I've been really intentionally doing mental decluttering or emotional decluttering around the effects of trauma, especially around money in different ways in my life. And it's been so good for me. And that is when I asked my body what kind of rest I need, that's what my body responded. You're doing exactly what I need right now. Keep doing that. Keep listening to me. Keep cleaning out the gunk. Like, you know how, I'm trying to think. Oh, you know how you see those videos where they get those crazy utensils and they stick it down in somebody's ear and they pull out or the earwax, and it's like gross gunk, but it's been building up for years because you didn't really know that there was a resource or a tool to help you get that out of you. And then now that you know, you're like using it and so much is coming out and it's so good. And now you've decided that's going to be something that you do on a regular basis. That's the same kind of effect. That's how this is going to go when you start doing emotional decluttering. At the beginning, you're going to be like, dang, I had so much to flip and clear. And I didn't even realize it until I had the tools and the structure to help set me up to start doing this emotional decluttering. But now I'm like, oh, now that I've started doing it, I got to do that more regularly because it feels good. Like it feels good to get rid of that. Theo's over here messing with something. Um, and so my body is like, yes, keep doing that. That's what our rest intention is going to be. So for me to enact that rest intention throughout the rest of the week, I've been reading or listening to the audiobook of an amazing book. The author's name is Denise Duff Thomas, and the book is Get Rich, Lucky Bitch. Come on. I want that. I want to be a lucky bitch and I want to get rich. Okay. I know sometimes a lot of us, we say, "Oh, I don't even need to be rich. I just need this amount." I want to be rich, not because of the monetary value of it, but because if I can do that, that means all of the things, all of the trauma around money, around emotions, around relationship, around spiritual, all of those traumas affect us, affect how we show up, and affect the abundance that we get to experience. And I don't want anything keeping me from the fullness of the abundance that the Lord has given me. So I'm all about like whatever's going to help me clear anything to get to that. That's exactly what I want to do. And so that's the rest that I'm going to continue this week. So I'm going to continue listening to her book on audiobook. there's some chapters that I've listened to. I could have easily been done with this book already, but I've been listening to some of the chapters so many times that it's been really good. So this week I'm going to continue listening to the book. She also gives out a lot of resources, and I'm going to spend some time listening to those as well. I like to do those when I take a walk, and then I come back and journal, and then it's all amazing. So many things have happened from it. So that's my rest intention from the week. If you want to share what your rest intention is for the week, I love it. Put it in the chat, please. I would love it for you to share, because I might want to try your rest intention as well. Okay. So, with that being said, now that you know what is the rest intention that you want to schedule for next week, or that you want to prioritize for next week, there's two ways to help you make sure that you actually do that, that you actually lean into it. But here's the thing, I know that even though you've come on this amazing live stream and I've given you all of these tools, I'm literally showing you how I'm using these tools, there's still going to be people who show up and don't do it. Here's what I have to say to that. I understand that there is a shift that has to happen to make time to do these things. But I also want to say, don't come back to somebody and complain about being burnt out and complain about being tired when you're not willing to do the work to get it. I was listening to I was in a workshop yesterday, and I think I wrote it down. I don't have his exact words. I was in a workshop with Robert Hartwell. He's an amazing speaker, an amazing coach about speaking. About a storytelling coach is what he does. But what he said is like, I know some of y'all aren't going to come and show up because you don't want to sacrifice anything. You say you want these things, but you don't want to sacrifice anything to get it. And here's the thing, it's not even just about sacrifice. When we think of sacrifice, sometimes we think it's a matter of sacrificing good things to get more good things. That's not always true. A lot of us don't even want to sacrifice the bad things. Sometimes our trauma feels so comfortable, so much that we've gotten used to it, that we've got complacent with it. And so we don't even want to sacrifice the trauma because we've gotten used to it being around. Listen, so I know some people are holding on to that. I hope that as you keep coming and participating with us every Freedom Friday, that something finally clicks in you, that you choose to sacrifice something in order to get what you want. And Marissa, I want to shout you out because you just talked about this in a different context, but you talked about it and said, listen, I finally sacrificed perfection to become that rested queen. That is exactly what I'm saying. You just sacrificed perfection, something that you thought you needed, that you were holding on deeply to. You sacrificed it to get the rest that you need. Come on. So I love that the women here show up and do that. And maybe you're not ready. I don't want to guilt trip you or anything like that. But I do want to tell you there is something beautiful on the other side when you choose to lean into whatever sacrifice that you're scared to give up, whatever thing you're scared to give up, that there is something beautiful on the other side. Give it a try. Give it a try. Okay. All right. I'm done with my soapbox. So now that you've chosen your rest intention for the week, it's time to schedule it. And you can prioritize it two different ways. You can do the simpler way. I don't suggest it because this is a very loose structure. And I find that the more structure that you have around prioritizing rest, you end up getting more rest with the structure. But this is a good way to start if you're not ready to go that far. Okay. So if you just need to start, then I want you to get a post-it. Let me get the post-it so that you can see what I mean. I want you to get a post-it, and I want you to write whatever rest intention that you just chose from this week. Okay. I want you to write it on the post-it. Once you write it on the post-it, this one says walk on the beach 3 times. This is not my rest intention for the week. My new rest intention would be to listen to the audiobook from Denise Duff Thomas at least 3 times this week. But I do it every time I walk. The only reason I didn't walk yesterday and listen to it is because my feet were swollen. But it's been so good. So every time that I do that walk, I listen to Denise Duffield Thomas, whether it's her book, her podcast, or whatever. And my intention is to do that at least 4 times next week. So if whatever your intention is, and however many times that you intend to do it, write it on the Post-it, and then add your little check boxes on here. Check box 1, 2, 3. For me, it would be 4 because I want to do that 4 times this week. And then here's what that looks like. Can you see it now? Let me put it in front of my face. So there you go. That helps it to focus. So I want you to take your rest intention and I want you to put it somewhere that you will see it very often. Maybe you put it on your bathroom mirror because it's a good reminder. Maybe you put it on your front door because it reminds you every time you go out the door. Maybe you put it on your refrigerator because you go into the refrigerator regularly. I want you to put it, you could even put it on a TV. But see, if you put it in the middle of the TV, it'll remind you to do it before you watch the television. But then if you move it and you don't put the Post-it back, then you might not remember the reminder. But I want you to put it in some place that you're going to see it regularly. And when you see it and you realize, oh, there's 3 boxes and I haven't made any time to do those things. Let me go do that right now. For however much time you've decided it is, go do it right then. Okay. So that's structure number 1 in order to prioritize more rest and fun for this coming week. Okay. Way number 2 to be able to do this is to actually put it in your schedule. Let me tell y'all, you put meetings in your schedule, you put in your calendar, you put your child's activities in your calendar, you put events from your friends and family in your calendar, but you're not putting enough time for rest and fun or things just for you, for filling up your cup in your calendar. You're not doing that. And this is about helping you change that. Because when you put all those other things in your calendar, you prioritize getting them done, right? That means they were so important to you that you were like, I don't want to forget this. And I want a notification to pop up multiple times to remind me to do this. I want you to have that same intentionality around rest and fun, around accomplishing your rest intention for this week. So schedule it in your calendar. If you have 4 times where you needed to do your rest and fun activities, I want you to schedule it in your calendar. And I'm about to do the same. I would usually do this on my laptop so that you can see me as I'm doing it, but I've actually been doing it on my iPad. And I haven't figured out how to share that with y'all yet. So you're not going to be able to see me do this, but you are going to have some time to do this on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the music and we're going to schedule this right now. Like, this is so important. And this is a co-working session. Yeah, we have fun and kiki at the beginning and at the end, but in the middle, I want you to take this time to do the co-planning work, the work to actually prioritize rest and fun in your schedule right now so that you get it done. I don't want you to be like, oh, I'll do it later, because you're not going to do it later. Just like when you go to the gym, when you go for a class, you're more likely to get it done when you go for a class than when you try to do it. Oh, I'll just do it later at home. You'll find all of these reasons why not to do it. I don't want that for you. So go ahead and take this next 25 minutes that we're going to do this together. And go ahead and set up your schedule. Okay. That's what we're about to do. I'm gonna go ahead and put the music on. It's gonna have a little break in the middle, and then I'll let you know when it's the second track finishes. Then it'll be time for us to get back together, and we'll wind down for the weekend. Okay. Let me go ahead and get the music on now. All right. See you in a little bit. I actually do like this vibe. It's quite comfortable. Or I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this all the time. to step out, but I'm back. That body scan was so grounding. Glad you resonate with earthing. Yay! I'm so glad that too. Yes, you know I love the earthing. Once you share that with me, I love it, and I'm glad that the exercise was grounding. We're just spending time setting up our schedule. Ooh, Tracy's rest intention is to actually attempt to cook a new dish. Ooh, going to Aya Mays. I've never heard of that. It sounds amazing. You know what? I actually have a similar one. I'm gonna learn how to make lentil meatloaf this week, which I'm really excited about. Girl, you have to send me some pictures and tell me more about what a maze is. I love that for your rest intention. Look, to eat something good.
So nasty. So nasty.
I'm writing down my rest intention right now.
So nasty. Deal, my fellas, my ladies, work it back. That's so nasty. That's so nasty. So nasty.
Yeah, I need to Google it too. Marissa, you right.
work it back. That's so nasty. That's so nasty. That's so nasty.
If you just joined, we are scheduling our rest intention for the week. We did our body scan, and now we're setting up our we're scheduling our rest intention so that we prioritize it just as much as we prioritize work. Actually, this is more important than prioritizing work, but I'm biased. Ooh, the track. That means we're about halfway through. We got, when this next track ends, we will start winding down for the weekend. right, y'all. That ended our our co-working time. I hope that you took some time to prioritize rest and fun. Okay, that's super, super important. Yes, 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 yes. And that was really the whole reason of doing that. Obviously, you're going to think about work and things too, but the way I've been doing it, and I've been really liking to do it where I get to write, even if it is on my iPad. Writing it down, making sure you schedule it so then you don't forget about it. You come back to it throughout the week. So I hope that you took some time to do that. Now it's time to wind down for the weekend, baby. Yes. So, what we do for our wind down, there's three things that we do. First thing that we do is we take a look at our devices and we close some windows. If this is your first time hearing this part, that might freak you out. Wait, you want to close? You want me to close the windows on my computer? You know, I've been saving these tabs for years now. I just can't get rid of them. Listen, we talked about emotional declutter earlier. Now we need to talk about this is a form of emotional decluttering. Because just like you have all of these tabs running in the background on the computer, you have all of those same similar tabs running in the background of your mind. And so closing these tabs on your devices every single week is an act of you physically, but also symbolically closing the tabs, the open tabs in the back of your mind. And you're giving yourself more space to receive rest, to receive care from other people, to receive in general from other people rather than always giving out. Make space for you to receive all of that. Okay. So, the way you're going to do this, if you're new to it, I want you to go to your device and I want you to look at how many windows do you have open? Right now, I got three windows open. Can you see? Three windows are open on my iPad. This one I started and I'm not even working on. So I could close that. I closed two out of my three. My third one is my planner. That's what I was just writing on during Freedom Friday. So that's what I have open there. Then I want you to go ahead and look at your laptop. See what windows can you close here. Let me see. This, I know I need to follow up on this, but evidently it was important enough for me to follow up on it now. So, yeah, we're going to close that. Close that window. I know why I had this open, but you know what? I could close this window too. Closing that window. This one, I can close it because guess what? I could also come back to it. I don't need it to stay open. Let me see. I just pressed the button. Good. I want to see what that is. So, oh, good. I love that. So I could close that window. That's three windows closed so far. Four windows. That one I'm still working on. Let me see. Five windows I can close. Six windows. If you are here and you didn't tell me that you need your sticker, go ahead and let me know because I'm about to close the R&R check-in tab down. That's now what I think I was on 7 windows that I was closing. Can close that. I got a good, my emails are getting back up there. I got to go back and go through emails again. Remember I had it down to 13. I'm up to 167. I got to go ahead. Either I'm going to unsubscribe to them or like actually take a second and look through them. Some of them I just need to get rid of. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that. So that's some more windows I can close. Let me see. Those things, let me see. So I can close this. Yep, I can close that. I'm working on that today. I think I could close that. Yes, so many windows I'm closing. Okay. I think I ended up closing about 15 windows. How many windows are you closing today? I could close this one. Let me just do that and make sure I don't have more. Yeah, I closed about 20 windows today. Marissa said, my rest intention for this week, ask for help. If I don't have to do it myself, if I don't have to do it myself this week, then don't do it. Yes, right. Stop bullying ourselves to do everything alone. I'm so proud of you for being like, listen, I'm making it my intention to ask for help. This is the other reason why I love when we listen to our body, because it takes it out of, oh, I just need my nails done, or oh, I just need a hot bath. That's not enough to actually get to the root of what's actually bothering you right now. And your rest intention is getting to the root of what you need. Yes, Marissa, I love it. Do it. I love it. Do it. Ask for help. I love that. I'm so glad that you're doing that. That's a really good rest intention. Marissa said, my emails are a mess right now, girl. Yes, my emails are a little bit of a mess right now too. I get it. I get it. And here's the thing. In all of these places where our life can be messy, whether it's our emails, whether it's our relationships, our work slash business situation, our relationships with our family, our kids, our husband, whatever it is, there's absolutely no judgment. Absolutely no judgment. And there's also a path to not have to stay in that place. And that's what I'm all about, offering like a way out. And it's not going to be perfect, and there are going to be days where you slide back in. This is why this is a practice. This is not a set it forget it. Like, turning your burnout into alignment is not a one-time thing. It's something that you have to wake up and choose every single day. When I was talking to my business bestie this week, she told me about a surrender journal. And it, at the top, the most transformational part that she talked about was at the top. Every day there was a little box that said, what's your level of surrender today? And one flag is like, not really surrendering much of anything. And then a full scale of flags, which was 6, was I'm fully surrendered today. And I was like, that is amazing. I love that. So she's sending me a copy, which is amazing. I cannot wait to receive it. I'm excited to do that every single day, because I'm definitely in a season with the Lord where he's asking me to get back to that. I was in a better place where I was way more fully surrendered to him, and now I've slowly but surely found my way back to being independent. And he's like, no, come back to interdependence. You hear the difference? Independent versus interdependent. Interdependent means he's a full and amazing God that's showing up in this relationship. And when I'm being independent, he's showing up in this relationship, but I'm kind of like over here. I'm like a little standoffish. I'm not being that fully whole human and being in relationship with him. And I'm feeling him calling me back into that right now. So I'm excited about that journal. I hope that makes sense. I got off on a tangent a little bit, but I'm really excited about that season. I'm excited about what he's doing in this season, and getting back to, like, he's been walking on the path with me, but I feel like I've been dragging. You know how when you hold in hands with someone, you can actually be fully into just walking with that person holding hands. That's what I would say what interdependence looks like. When I'm walking hand in hand with Jesus, we're going in the same direction, we're in conversation, versus when I get independent, we're still holding hands, but I'm distracted by this and that. I'm doing squirrel moments all over the place. Oh, let's go over here, and I'm dragging him with me. Oh, let's go over here, and he stays with me. He loves me. He does. But he's like, boo, come back over here and walk. You don't see we got business to take care of. Get over here. And I love it so much. It's so beautiful to get back in that relationship with him. Y'all, I just looked over, and the cat is living its best life. Theo is living his best life. I want to show y'all this, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna be, you see him? He's so stinking cute. I'm house sitting. He's laid out. He's living his best life. Okay. Yes. Marissa said, not a tangent, a revelation that I appreciate you sharing. Okay, good. I'm glad. I will say I created a lot of clips of the conversations. Lately, I haven't always been doing this. Lately, I've been creating clips of the conversations that we have on Fridays because I agree. Sometimes the tangents are so good and I want to share them more often. So thank you for affirming that, Marissa. Okay, so we closed down some windows for the week. Our next thing to do, especially because we don't have much time left. I don't want to make us go over. Um, the next thing is to choose your fun meal for the week. What are you going to, a meal that you wouldn't usually make? What are you going to make? I have actually bought ingredients for two different things. I might only make one this week and then make the other one next week. So, one is a Moroccan lentil stew. I made a whole heap of lentils. I bought a bag of lentils and I just cooked them all. And now I've been deciding like how I can use them in different dishes. And so I looked up this recipe on Minimalist Baker because they're really known for their vegan recipes. They they make their recipes are just delicious. There's it's no words for it. And one of them is this Moroccan lentils thing. So I'm definitely going to be making that. The other thing that they have on there though is a lentil meatloaf that also has like mushrooms and walnuts in it. Y'all, I bought the ingredients for that last night. I cannot wait to make that meatloaf. And I got a sweet potato. And I got some vegetables to put on the side. I am looking forward. Oh, and then I also got some bread so I can make me a meatloaf sandwich. Oh, can y'all tell I'm excited about this meatloaf? Yes, hunty. I'm excited about this meatloaf. So, yes, those are my two fun meals. I haven't decided which one I'm going to make today. I might try to make them both, but I think realistically, I'm probably only going to make one. So that's my fun meal. So closing down windows, choose a fun meal for the weekend. And if you want to share, listen, share yours in the chat because I want to see if you got some other good ideas. Um, then I also bought some stuff for Thai chickpea salad stew. Thai chickpea stew that would go with some rice. So that would be another meal. I got some good ones planned over the next couple weeks. Because on August 11th I start headed back to the East Coast. Um Marissa said, I love vegan meatloaf. Girl, there is a restaurant in Charlotte that makes the absolute best vegan meatloaf I've ever tasted. Let me be honest. I think it's the only vegan meatloaf I tasted, but I actually don't eat meatloaf when it's like meat. I don't not like it. It's just not something that I gravitate to. But as a vegan, let me tell you, the texture, the juiciness of it, and to know that it's filled with a lot of like vegetables, it's my absolute favorite. I love it so much. So yay, I'm glad you love it too. I'm glad you love it too. Oh, the recipe for it is on minimalistbaker.com. I don't, let me see if I can find it. I looked at it on my phone, so I don't know if I'll be able to find it as easy. Meat loaf. Yes, vegan lentil nut meatloaf. Let me share this with y'all real quick because I'm excited about this. Okay. You see this goodness? And I love their website is just, I mean, they do have a lot of ads, but the website in general is really beautiful. Look at that. Don't that look bomb? Oh, I might have to make that today because I am so excited about it. Oh, I'm really, really excited. So that's the vegan nut lentil meatloaf. And so this website, they do a lot of vegan recipes. They do gluten-free, but they also do meat recipes. So there's that option as well. And then the other recipe is the this one, the saucy Moroccan spiced lentils. Look at that. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. So those are the two dishes. I don't know which one I'm going to make when, but I am going to make them. Okay, so now that I got my meal for the week, let me just stop. And then or my fun meal that I'm making. Marissa said, my son learned to make sushi and it's amazing. Oh, sweet boy, get it, boo. I love that. I will be letting him cook me dinner tomorrow and I'm excited. Yay! That's so amazing. I love it. That'll be so much fun. And then yum. Yes, it does. See, I told y'all it looks so good. I'm excited about it. I'm so excited. So that'll be my fun meal, my fun activity that I'm going to do this weekend. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if I'm going to do it Saturday morning or Sunday morning, but I'm going to go to the beach. And I think I want to go to Santa Monica Beach Pier. Maybe I might save, no, I think I'm going to save the pier for next week, Thursday evening. But I think over this weekend, I'm just going to find a beach to go to and I'm going to go walk in the water. That's what I'm going to do. My fun thing that's reminding me it's time to get into the weekend. So I love this as our wind down activities because it's about reminding ourselves, yes, we've worked hard all week. And if you don't have tomorrow off, then listen to this the day before you're about to have your time off so that you can be intentional with your time off rather than just vegging out. If you want to be in the house, that's one thing. But if you are choosing to be in the house simply because you haven't had the time to think through what kind of rest your body needs, that's where I'm like, don't do that. I want you to have intentionality around what does your body need, okay? So go take a second now and think about it the day that you're still working because your mind is still like doing the work. So that on the rest day, all you got to do is go do the stuff. Go do the things that bring you the joy and love and refill your cup, okay? All you got to do is wake up and be. Yes, that's why I love doing this wind down because it's really, that's what this sets you up to do. When you have your days off, you can be fully present in being off and out of work. Okay. All right. So that being said, you guys, I always enjoy doing with you every single Friday here on YouTube, starting at noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, since that's where I am today. Um, I hope that you have an amazing weekend. I hope that you have a happy Friday. I hope that you find more ways to sacrifice the things that are holding you back and really have the eyes and the discernment to see the things that are holding you back so that you can give them up and get to the rest of the life you want. Marissa, I'm shouting you out again. Marissa said, I decided to sacrifice perfection so that I could be rested. That's the vibe. Do that. Let's do that. Okay. It's beautiful. So I hope I'm praying for that for you for this week. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope to see you next week. Okay. Marissa said, this was fun. Happy Friday, everyone. Yes. Every week is so much fun, y'all. So tell another Black woman and tell them to come join too. And thank you for everyone that took a second to like today. All 5 of you. I appreciate you so much. You're amazing. Okay. So I'll see you next week, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye.